Hi guys, can former Tory leader and Prime Minister for 5 minutes Liz Truss sink any deeper? Now, while some former PMs have either set up organisations to promote democracy or perhaps got a lucrative job in the private sector, the lady who was defeated by a lettuce has instead gone on to do speaking tours where she insults Britain and praises quasi-fascists. Here she was at a far-right meeting of those who hate democracy and human rights, such as freedom of expression, in order to denigrate Britain once again. I would say this is shocking, but nothing Liz Truss does anymore fits that description.
It used to be the case that people would flee Eastern Europe to go to countries like Britain, where there was freedom, where there was free speech, where there was free enterprise. Now people are leaving Britain to come to Budapest to talk about free speech. And the reason for this is that unbelievably, people are being locked up in Britain for speaking out in public. Lucy Connelly was sentenced to 31 months in jail for posting on X, even though she deleted the post 4 hours later. And last week, she tried to appeal to be let out of jail early for good behaviour. Now, Britain's jails are full, and rapists, paedophiles are being let out of jail early, but not Lucy Connelly, because the system want to make an example of her.
Oh my goodness, just think about this for a moment. This is a former Prime Minister engaging in far-right thinking, far-right talking points. A former Prime Minister. There's not some lunatic from UKIP or some lunatic from the National Front. This is a former Prime Minister. Now, what did she say here? She said here about Lucy Connelly was locked up for expressing herself. No, she was arrested and put in jail for incitement. Does the former Prime Minister have a problem with incitement? Now, she's speaking to an audience who probably don't understand what she's talking about. All they hear is, oh, somebody in Britain was put in jail for speaking out. Speaking out. These are the words of Liz Truss. Speaking out. Not incitement. Speaking out. Because it's framed as speaking out against whom? Against the government. Oh my goodness, look at what's happening in Britain. People are speaking out against the government and they're being thrown in jail. When she goes to frigging Hungary and delivers this speech, where people are being put in jail for expressing themselves, where the head of the country has stacked the judiciary in his favour, filled the court with his sycophants, where freedom of expression is being crushed when it comes to the media, where protests are being violently put down in Hungary. And Liz Truss goes there and says, well, at least you have freedom of expression. We don't have it in Britain. I'm gobsmacked. I shouldn't be, but I'm gobsmacked. Once again, not because a far-right British politician is saying these things, but it's a former Prime Minister. A party that's supposed to be moderate, centre-right. It shows what's happened to the Conservative Party over the last 10 years, the last 5 years in particular. Pandering to the worst elements in society. Liz Truss going on these tours, going to Hungary, going to the United States, going to other countries around the world, and telling lies about Britain. But once again, think about this for a moment. A former Prime Minister telling lies about Britain, insulting the British people, insulting her own country. Lying about it. For what? For a few quid. She's okay. She doesn't need more money. She has a wonderful pension that she can rely on. She can write a few articles for trashy newspapers like The Express. But to go on speaking tours where she insults Britain, lies about it, pumps out this misinformation, is unbelievable. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.